Let's take a look at about adding some different types of music with our project. GarageBand comes with a lot of different type of loops of many different type of guitars and basses and drums and a lot of different type of instruments. A lot of that is built in, so let's take a quick look over there. This is also a unique way to add tracks as well. I'm going to make my way over to the loops. When you click on the loops, you'll kind of go through and see a lot of different areas. In the past, you can see that I have added some piano. Let's say that if I want to look for like a banjo and get an idea of what a rural banjo 7 sounds like, you can click on play. Okay. And you could click it again to stop it. If you notice, I'm going to scoot the quick help just below there. If you wish to add this to your project, you can just grab the loop and drag it and position it in your project. And we'll let go. And if you notice also, this has 8 beats, so that gives you an idea about how long that is. If you wish to extend the banjo out, if you place your cursor right at the top right corner of that, it will kind of go through and repeat loops. So that way I can make my banjo be underneath my vocal of my long story, so that we'll kind of just go through and keep repeating and repeating. Let's reset our filter here, and I'll go through and take a look at the piano. Kind of go back to the piano. I think it was the electric piano. Yeah, the electric piano, if you notice, sometimes in working with loops, you'll notice that there's a blue loop as well as a green, and the green indicates that it's a software instrument, and that was done by a software instrument with computer data. So kind of hear the difference, whereas the blue ones represents an actual recording. So that's actually what somebody had played with an instrument and bringing that into the computer. So that's kind of the difference. The real ones are blue, real instruments are blue, and then the computer-based ones or software that was done with software can be found in the green loop. So I'll go through and add one of these green ones here to let you kind of see the difference. That's kind of an easy way to tell. The blue ones indicate that looks more like a sound wave, whereas if you take a look at the green, it looks like a lot of 0 and 1 digits. That's some of the differences ones right there. Let's go through and we'll give this a listen. Remember, we talked about we could solo out and give it a play. Okay, let's listen to our real banjo and solo it out. Rewind it. Okay, here's the banjo track that I added, and you can see that's a rural banjo 7 as identified in the loops library. If you notice also, I'm going to solo this out and just to go through and kind of give that a listen, and I'll play it. Okay. So yeah, I might leave that in there. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it for my final project, but I'll leave it in there. And as we go through, and we talked about before, remember that if you want to extend the sound, you can go through and take your mouse and move it up to the top right-hand corner to extend your loops out. That way you could, even though it might be for 8 beats or a certain amount of measures, you can go through kind of extend it out as need be.